All right, gang, hello. What do we have here? We have a radio. Well, it's tunable up to 600 kilohertz. Wow. What does it weigh? About 80 pounds? And here we have another radio that works probably better than this in your realm. Wow. Interesting, huh? Well, there's a big however. This, in my opinion, kind of fits into the space-time continuum. Everything is larger, meaning it expands out more into space and time. That sounds strange, doesn't it? Oh, well, that's okay. Let's just say that we can make an example. René Louis Vallée of France has an equation which measures cubic meter of space-time in a certain location is 56 megajoules of energy in the depleted zone. I'm reading it all wrong, by the way. So that's René Louis Vallée. Other examples would be the finest tube amplifiers for music. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Whereas something like that would not give me the little radio, wouldn't give me all the information I need, whereas this would, as well, would stand up to certain weird energies, which they do, by the way. Okay. I'm visualizing coils and vacuum tubes with a given size within a space-time relation to unknown frequencies, unknown sounds, unknown, a lot of unknowns. What do you think of that? Okay, well, let's just say, look at another example. A big fire can level a building in obvious situations. Oh, steel doesn't melt? Well, let's just say it does kind of get soft and will melt if you have a piece of steel wall and light it with an ordinary lighter. It will go up in a huge, massive volumetric effect of heat. Ever try that one? Okay. So there's a big volumetric effect fire, and there's a little one which doesn't do much to the actual structure or whatever it's going to wreck. So when you got the volume in relation to size, you get a lot of destruction. Sure, it'll heat up, go red, sometimes even start to sparkle, just like your steel will. You light it with a match. Anyway, so it's best to use the real stuff. What I'm trying to say, anyway. There's a lot to volumetric. 10,000 volts, 100,000 volts, but a microamp or a milliamp. Wow. Well, what if you got a lot of kVA behind that same voltage rating? Huge, massive display of energies displayed. 500 kVA high tension line, 10,000 volts. That arcs, you really notice it. But if it's a milliamp, you'll see it, but it's very small. So just examples I'm tossing around for the fun of it. What do you think? Just wanted to talk about that particular thing that's been in my mind. It's often I get a comment. Nothing but a bunch of old military surplus equipment. John is goofing around or playing around. Oh, really? Very darn strange people. Anyway, that's their comprehension disorder. Not mine. So, this fellow will be faithful to the realm with me anyway. Whereas this would doesn't pick up all the odd bits of information. That's all it's safe. It's got filters in it just to pick up radio stations. Oh, they're good for listening to lightning storms and some other things, but this will pick up everything, or the other ones over there will pick up everything. R390s and others. AR88s and many other different old tired out receivers, which are not really tired out, but very, very dynamic. Lesson in something today. Anyway, I just wanted to do that. This video. Here's an old radio over here. Vacuum tube wood case thing. Pick up all kinds of stuff. I had an old radio in 1458 East 29th Street, Lynn Valley, running all the time. I'd pick up earthquakes. Excuse me, about 7 days prior to an earthquake. I noticed it. Since it was on all the time, you notice every little crackle if you're sitting there with music or doing things. You start thinking, and then there was an earthquake. Oh, okay. There were inline 225 volts tubes type receivers. I always had it to my favorite rock station. Okay, well, I said that now, so on to another one.